quadratic graphs. After watching this video, I will be able to identify the intercepts and zeros of a quadratic graph. So we want to recall what an intercept is. Remember that is any point that is crossing through an axis. So for example, a point that is crossing through the y-axis is called a y-intercept. And in the same way, a point that is crossing through the x-axis is known as an x-intercept. Some graphs, not all, also have a feature known as symmetry, which is basically a line that cuts through the graph so that one half matches the other side exactly. Because we want to focus on a specific type of graph, which is called quadratic functions, these are nonlinear. So before, when we were doing graphs, we just had straight lines, but now when we are talking about quadratics, they are no longer straight, and they are graphed from this standard form of an equation, ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are just numbers. And this is known as the standard form of a quadratic function. When we graph this type of equation, we end up with an image called a parabola, and it'll look like something like a U or an upside down U. And this one specifically has something called axis of symmetry, which just basically means it's being cut down through the middle at a specific point. And at the very tippy point, the axis of symmetry actually intersects the parabola at only one point called the vertex, and it could be at the very bottom of the graph or it could be at the very top of the graph. And just as a study tip, the y-intercept is actually just the constant term c when you are given the equation. And that makes sense because if I were to replace x with 0, everything would cancel out. So 0 squared is just 0, and 0 times 5 is just 0, so it would cancel out. 3 times 0 is just 0, so I just end up with 0, and 0 plus 0 plus 2 just gives me 2. So this means this would be the y-intercept. So visually looking at the parts of the quadratic, we have this parabola, which is the U-shaped graph that you see, which is nonlinear, meaning it's not a straight line. And then we have two x-intercepts because the graph is actually passing through the x-axis at two specific points. These x-intercepts are also known as zeros. So when we were factoring out quadratics in our previous unit, we were talking about the zeros, which is when we find the value of x. It so happens that the x-intercept is the value of x. So we also have our y-intercept, and then we have what we were saying before, which is the axis of symmetry, which actually cuts or intersects at the very point, the vertex. So given this graph, we want to identify the x and y intercepts and the zeros. So the x-intercepts are wherever my graph is passing through the x-axis. And remember that we write our x-intercept as ordered pairs. So that would be 6, 0, and 18, 0. Then we're going to find our y-intercepts, which is what's crossing the y-axis. And that is happening at 18. So I'm going to write it as an ordered pair, 0, 18. Your 0 is basically where your x-intercepts. So x is going to equal 6 and 18. Now you try. Given the graph, identify the x and y intercepts and the zeros. Okay, so my very first thing to do is, because I have multiple choice, I'm going to eliminate a possible choice. C would not work because I see on my graph that it's passing through the x-axis 2 times. So that means I need to have 2 x-intercepts, and C only has 1 as a possibility. So that cannot be the answer. So I have my x-intercepts, which is happening at 0, 0, and -5, 0. And then it just so happens that my y-intercept is also at 0, 0, because that point is cutting through the origin. And then my zeros are just whatever my x-intercepts are. So x is basically -5 and 0. So the only answer choice that fits all of this criteria would be A.